Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Welcome again. We continue with Matthew 26, verses 36 till 46, and it says, Then Jesus went with his disciples to a place called Gethsemane, and he said to them, Sit here while I go over there and pray. He took Peter and the two sons of Zebedee along with him, and he began to be sorrowful and troubled. Then he said to them, My soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death. Stay here and keep watch with me. Going a little farther, he fell with his face to the ground and prayed, My Father, if it is possible, may this cup be taken from me, yet not as I will, but as you will. Then he returned to his disciples and found them sleeping. Couldn't you men keep watch with me for 1 hour? He asked Peter. Watch and pray so that you will not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. He went away a second time and prayed, My Father, if it is not possible for this cup to be taken away unless I drink it, may your will be done. When he came back, he again found them sleeping because their eyes were heavy. So he left them and went away once more and prayed the third time, saying the same thing. Then he returned to the disciples and said to them, Are you still sleeping and resting? Look, the hour has come, and the Son of Man is delivered into the hands of sinners. Rise, let us go. Here comes my betrayer. Here we see that before Jesus was delivered to be crucified, he went to a solitary place to pray to his Father, and he took his disciples with him. And from that group he took again three who were closer to him, and he went a little bit further, and he asked them to pray with him in his time of trouble and distress, because he was feeling sorrowful and troubled for all that was coming upon him. He was overwhelmed with the feelings of knowing what was going to happen. So he went and he prayed to his Father, and his prayer was, Father, if it is possible, may this cup be taken from me, yet not as I will, but as you will. You know, sometimes we are going through things and we don't want to go through it. The same way Jesus was feeling overwhelmed, he was feeling troubled. He didn't want to go through it really, because he was feeling the heaviness of this assignment that he had from the Father. But even though he didn't want to do it, he did it because it was the Father's will. His prayer was, not my will, not according to my flesh, but according to your will. And that is what we must ask also when we are going through situations that we do not like, the situations that are troublesome and heavy. We have to ask the Lord, help me to go through it, not according to my will, but according to your will. Because every trial is different. Some are more heavy than others, but we cannot do it alone. We cannot do it on our own. We need the strength from above. And we have to ask the Lord to do it according to His will and not according to our flesh, because our flesh will reject everything that is painful and that is sorrowful, that God wants to use to make us grow and to make us our faith be more stronger and to position us in greater places. Because if Jesus hadn't gone through this, he wouldn't have received the reward at the end of all the trouble that he went through. He wouldn't have been seated at the right hand of the Father, and we as sinners wouldn't have the opportunity to be forgiven and receive the grace that we have at this moment. So even though he didn't like what he was going through, even though it was troublesome and sorrowful and it was overwhelming, his prayer was, Father, not my will, but your will be done. And sometimes even the closest people that we have around us, that we ask to be watchful with us, to be prayerful, they get tired, they get heavy with things of life itself. And we must continue, even though we are alone in that moment, continue to pray, continue to be vigilant, continue to be in the presence of the Father, because we cannot rely on others. Our strengths come from the Lord, and we need Him to guide us in our process. So this is what the Lord wanted me to share with you this morning. Even though those who are close to you are not prayerful with you, or you cannot rely on them in those moments of trouble, always remember that God is with you, and pray that His will be done in your life, because remember that the plans of God for us are plans for good and not for evil. Even though the trial may seem heavy and sorrowful and troublesome, know that He will go with us through all that to bring us out victorious, and to give us rewards that we cannot even imagine. So let us be always constant in prayer, constant in the presence of the Father, even when we feel alone, even when those around us are not supporting us as we desire. Stay in the presence of the Lord and ask Him for strength, because this is what Jesus was asking. Father, not my will, but your will be done. Even when he didn't want to do it, he was asking the Lord, may your will be done in my life and not my own, not according to my flesh, but according to your will. Because the plans of God for our lives are magnificent, are the best of the best. He sees the future. He knows the best. He knows everything, and He makes things work for our good. So let us be constant in the presence of the Lord. Even in trials, when we do not understand the things, stay focused, stay connected with Him, because He will bring us out victorious. This is what the Lord wanted me to share with you this morning. God bless you, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.